everyone, welcome back to my channel. There's a piece of dirt. So I'm doing some more doll work. I got the magic eraser out, so I'm gonna be cleaning some dolls. I'm gonna be removing some dolls' hair. I'm gonna be touching up paint. I am also probably gonna be brushing some hair. Did I say removing dolls' hair? Yeah, I think I did. So yes. Okay. So I actually do know what I want to work on first. Probably gonna wait a little bit here, but okay. So basically, I have this doll here, and her neck broke completely, and I couldn't find my acrylic powder, my nail powder that I use. But so I decided I'm gonna show everyone how you can make your own acrylic powder. So what you need is you need a doll, or anything really, it doesn't have to be a doll that you want to fix. Then you're gonna need some super glue. I've used the what do you call it? The gel before, and it seemed to have worked, but I don't know. I've seen a lot of people using the runny glue. So this is Gorilla Super Glue, and I used it on this doll's neck, and it is super duper. Oof, that stuff is like really on there. It's not budging, so that's good. And she has all these little like gaps in there where the pieces fell apart and like disappeared. Oh, hello, Sugar Pup. Hello. Welcome back. I'm just going to show everybody how to make this acrylic powder for if your dolls get this cracked neck and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be dolls, but really anything. So yeah, let's get started. So, oh, and you'll also need baking soda. Yes, I know it sounds weird, but it really does work. So I just put some baking soda in a plate, and I'll show you what you do. So first you want to set it up to where you can't make a mess. So I'm going to put the plate here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my super glue. Okay. I went to Target and I got wicked ornaments for, oh, that's nice. I like that. I like that idea, wicked ornaments. Still need to watch that movie, but definitely want to. That's definitely a cool idea. I like that. So what you do is you just put a whole lot of the super glue on there. Get a nice good layer going. And then what you do is, while it's still wet, let me put the top on my glue. You get some of the powder, your baking soda, and you start sprinkling it on top. And what that does is it actually kind of like sets the glue instantly. I think it like absorbs the moisture or something. And it kind of makes it dry like really, really quick. So yeah. There we go. Tap some of that off. And let me check here. Yeah, it seems dry to me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continuously keep doing this in layers. I don't do this often, so I may mess up a little bit, but that's basically all it is you just put some super glue down, then you sprinkle some baking soda on top, and you just keep repeating that and repeating that layer by layer until it gets to the desired thickness you want. It's going to take a little bit, though, to get this crack filled up because the super glue is very watery. Okay, let me screw the top back on so I don't. Yeah, I'm going to sprinkle some more baking soda. Now, I learned this from a man. That's the first person I've seen do this. Oh, it's nice to see you too, Sugar Pup. Yes, I do like when you join my lives and stuff. It gives me someone to talk to. But yeah, as you can see, that is set right there. That was already runny. that was runny just a minute ago, and we threw that baking soda on there, and it's starting to build up a little bit of a layer. So yeah, this really does work. I don't know what, I think what happens is it absorbs the moisture very quickly, and it mixes in with the super glue and stuff like that, and then that's what makes it set or something. I don't know. I'm not a chemist or anything, so I wouldn't know the finer details of this. I just know that this works. Let me put some there. Don't need to put the top on or anything. We can just throw some more baking soda on there. So yeah, this does take a little while though than just using the regular acrylic powder, but if you don't have any and you have some of these things lying around, then it works. Okay, I think I got enough on there, so let me tap some of that off. That's why I said set it up to where you can't make a mess, because you will be making a mess if you're not careful. Let's see. Yeah, it's really starting to build up there now. But yeah, the man was basically, he took a Chatty Cathy doll apart. He was repairing a Chatty Cathy. And what he did was, he basically, when he took her apart, he was putting her back together after he fixed her. And along her seam line, it was kind of like cracked and whatnot. He, I think, glued her back together. Then he took the acrylic powder. He took the glue, he ran it up the seam line. Then he took the baking soda, or whatever he was using. I'm pretty sure it was baking soda. And he did that, and it set instantly. And I was like, wow, that's really cool. So, yeah, let me add another. This is going to need another about a couple layers or so. Can't really get that on there. I'm going to need to sand this neck anyway, so I don't really care if it gets on anything else and whatnot. Okay, that should be good. Baking. Okay. Gonna have to wipe her body down because I'm getting baking soda all over her, but yeah, that's set pretty much. How's your day? I put up the Christmas. My grandma's. Oh, that's nice. I like that. My day. Uneventful again. Not too much happening. I went by the post office today to ship off some Barbies that I was giving away, because the person gave me some money to ship them to them, and that's what I did. I shipped them off, so that's all I pretty much did today. Oh, and I finished, I was working on this doll today. I don't want to get her into the baking soda or anything, but yeah, I rerouted this doll. I finished her today. That's the other thing I did today. And I set her hair, and it looks really good. So yeah, besides those things, I haven't really been up to a lot today. Yeah. I usually am not up to stuff most of the time. That's why I go live so much, because I get bored, and especially late at night when there's not a whole lot to do or on YouTube or anything, I'm like, I'll go live, see if anybody wants to join and chat and whatnot. Yeah. So that's enough there, I think. Because that's a pretty good, as you can see, it's like bulging out a little bit, but that's good. I can sand that down, so, and it'll look flush, so yeah. I may paint that. I don't know yet, because I think the paint's just going to like rub right off, even if I seal it, so yeah. Yeah, see, that's completely, well, maybe a little, yeah. It's a little bit wet in there, so I'll just like not touch that too much. I think it's mostly on the inside where the powder didn't reach, so yeah. So I'm gonna go to this side now and do that. Plus this will help, don't want to put that there because then the baking powder will get on the tip and then set, and then the glue won't want to come out, so I'm not going to put that there. This will probably actually reinforce it, the inside, with all the glue that I'm putting on and stuff, and make it more strong. I mean, it's already pretty strong to begin with, but this glue is like really super duper strong. This Gorilla Super Glue, oh my goodness. It is some strong glue. How was my Thanksgiving? My Thanksgiving wasn't that good, actually, I'll be honest. I was basically left here alone for most of it, so nope. And plus, there was nothing really fixed. There was basically no food fixed for Thanksgiving. I was gonna fix a turkey, but somebody actually took that over for me. And then there was a broccoli casserole, but besides that, and then I fixed something for myself to eat because I don't really eat, I don't eat a whole lot of meat, actually. So I fixed something that I would enjoy eating for Thanksgiving, and then 2 people came over for just a teeny bit of time, and then that was basically it. So, yeah, not the best Thanksgiving. I was a little sad about that, but worse things could happen, so. Let me put a little bit more glue in here. How was your Thanksgiving, Sugar Pup? I hope it was good. A little black thing there. Yeah. This is also, baking soda is also good for scrubbing your dolls with if they, get, like, they have, like, caked on dirt and stuff that won't, like, come off with, like, regular soap and water. Baking soda is really good for, like, scrubbing that off. There's another little fun fact. I don't always use baking soda, though. I did use it for a while, but I was just terrified that I was going to scrub my dolls' faces off with it or chip the paint or, like, scratch their bodies or something. I don't know. So I don't use it that often anymore for that reason, but yeah, I might end up going back to it, especially for, like, some of these, like, really dirty dolls I have. Because, yeah, they'd be really dirty, I'm not going to lie. Yeah, oh, that's still a little bit not covered there. Actually, let me put a little glue here. And then kind of, might just go on the whole upper portion here. And sprinkle some of this on there just to reinforce it. Oh, no, you don't have to be sorry. It was fine. My holidays usually aren't that good, to be honest. So that's why I kind of, you know, birthdays, holidays, stuff like that usually aren't the best for me. So, yeah. What can you do? That's life. I'm just going to cover this with glue. I actually think I'm going to make another layer up here because that looks a little bit, had a little bit of a dip there, so I don't like that. I'll just sand any more that I don't want off of there. Yeah, the reason I do this and not just rebody them is because, like, I don't know, whenever I rebody a doll, I always, like, remember their old body, and I'm like, ugh, it's not the same since they don't have their original body and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll think like that. And this doll has like a more like darker, she's a bit darker than the normal Barbie skin tone. She's a bit more like, she has a bit of a tan. She's a bit peachy, so they should be good. I hope Christmas, yeah, hopefully it goes better, you know? Hopefully. Oh, that got stuck there. You still need to give the glue time to set underneath, but it does set it on top, so you got to be careful when handling it. But yeah, there we go. I think she is pretty good. I'm going to sand all this and see what it looks like, and if I want to, I may paint it. I don't know. I don't know yet, but her neck is super duper strong. Look at that. It doesn't move anymore. She can only go left and right, but it's better than having a broken neck. So yeah, I'm going to let that set for a little while, and then I'll go ahead and sand it. Oh, got a piece of hair caught on there. I will go ahead and sand that after hold on, I kind of want to, I'm just going to wipe this on my pants, because I don't really care about these pants all that much. That's why I wear them so much. Just screw that back on. And then after that set, I'm going to probably wipe her down with a magic eraser because she is covered in baking soda. And then I'll just take a filer, go in and file it. And then I have a buffer, which is right here actually, which will like help smooth it out. So yeah, that's how it's going so far. Now for her face, I'm thinking, I don't know which doll I want to start with. I'm going to lay her over here to dry for a while. So let's move this aside. Now, I have, I think, a couple-ish dolls, unless this doll needs some paint work done. She does not. She just has like oh, there goes the dog. So, okay. I have 2-ish dolls that I need to fix the paint on. So I'm going to actually try and do this on live. I've never done this before on live. I don't know if I want to start with her. I need to remove the existing paint on her. So what do you think of the life-size dolls? I don't personally like them. You mean the life-size like Barbies and like the really big like 30-inch dolls? Is that what you mean? I'm going to be taking some rubbing alcohol, 50% isopropyl. I usually use higher percentages than this, but this is all we have, so. And a Q-tip, and I'm going to take off the, this hopefully won't damage her, like, her original paint. I'm just going to take off some of the paint work that I did when I was really young, so. She is stained right there, but I can't really help that right now, so I'm just going to take that. Oh, came right off. Look at that. I think it came mostly off. I don't know if her lips were already chipped when I... Oh, I got that acrylic on my hand now, and it's kind of annoying me, but can't really do much about that. Yeah, her lips are pretty chipped, so... And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go over her, eyes. I just don't really like them. They're pretty, but I just don't really like... If I had to, like, let's say that there was, like, a situation where I had to get rid of them, I wouldn't be like, because I actually do have some. Sorry for the mess over there, but you can see this room is really cluttered, but actually I have 2. I have, like, an older one with the Bob Mackie sculpt, and then a newish... I think the Bob Mackie was from the 90s, and the other one was from like the 2000s, early 2000s. If I had to get rid of them, I wouldn't like be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I'm getting rid of these, you know what I mean? But I think I like them, you know? They're cute. I don't think they're my favorite thing ever released, but it's because they're so big. Mainly, I don't really collect a whole lot of bigger dolls just because of like space and stuff like that. Wish this would come off. Is that scraping her paint off? I hope not, but okay, that came off. Good. But yeah, is it because you think they're like creepy or something like that? Or you just don't like them? My grandma actually really likes like really big dolls, so that's why we have quite a few. Well, not too many, but like, you know, we have a few. So yeah, that's her. I'd actually need to take a picture of her and look up who she is. I forgot to do that. I was going to do that before this live so I could actually know who she was, but I forgot to do that, sadly. So we still don't know who she is, but she has 3 colors of hair. She has a platinum blonde, a light blonde, and then a darker blonde underneath for her back hairline and her front hairline, and actually some through her part. So, yeah. She's got like a kind of deeper skin tone, like a not like it's kind of like a tan, but not really. Very peachy, you know. Then for her eyeshadow, she has like a very light pink color, I think, on her lids. No, that's what I'm saying. I just don't like how big they are. That's all. That's all. They are pretty though. Yeah, I agree though. I do agree. I like something where I can like hold in my hands, you know what I mean? Like a about 11 and a half, 12, 13-ish inches, somewhere around there. Like even Chrissy is kind of pushing the limit, like that Chrissy doll right there, of how big I like my dolls. I forgot how tall she was. She 18, 17 inches, something like that. I forget. But yeah, like American Girl is like how, that's probably my maximum. About an 18-inch doll is my maximum, I'd say. And when it gets bigger than that, it depends on the doll, though. Like, there are some dolls that, like, really big ones that I really would love to have, like a antique 30-inch doll. Oh, my goodness. I have had some antique dolls in the past, but I sold them for reasons. But yeah, that's her face. It's all cleaned up, and she is pretty much ready to get some paint work done. I do see a little spot in here. I don't know if that's her original lip color. It might be. There's a little... Oh, is that rubbing her lip color off? I think it is. Yeah. I think her lips were already chipped, and that's why I painted them, maybe. But yeah, I think it's rubbing her lip color off. So I'm gonna have to do that and seal it. So let's get to the painting, because I can just cover any other paint that doesn't come off of there. So for this, her lips are like a now I'm not the best paint mixer or anything, but I'm gonna try and make a color that matches this. So her lips are like they have red, but they have purple undertones. It's like a purple undertoned pink color. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna mix this red apple. This is apple barrel acrylic paint. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put a little there. Put a little bit on my plate. I'm just using a styrofoam plate. Then I'm gonna take some of this purple. And then it's probably going to be too dark, so I'm going to have to lighten it. So I think I'll have to add a little bit of white or a little bit of this like really light gray color in there, which might actually help bring down the saturation a bit. So I'm just going to take my brush. Actually, I think I'll take this bigger brush so I don't mess the tip up on my smaller one. This one's pretty small too, but I'm going to actually use this to paint I don't know. And I'm going to dip it in some water. You really want to make sure you water down your acrylic paint, because if you don't, then it's going to get really, really blotchy. Like, you're going to see the streaks in there. So, yeah. Okay. I don't mind American Girl is good. I like them. I would collect them if I didn't, if they weren't so expensive. I mean, you can get them for cheaper than what they're asking for newer dolls, like you can secondhand like dolls and stuff like that. But I've seen some for about $30 sometimes, which isn't too bad for an American Girl. But yeah, I need to. Oh yeah, sure, no problem. So this color is way too pink, as you can see. So we need to actually, let's see, what do we do? I don't think we need to tone down the, I think we do need to tone down the saturation. So I'm going to add some black and see how that, as you can see, I'm not like the most expert in this. I just kind of do stuff. I throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. So I think maybe by adding a bit of black, don't have anything to wipe my brush on. I think maybe by adding a bit of black, just like a titch of black, it might help bring down that saturation and darken it a little bit. So let's see what that looks like. That's looking kind of close. Still a little too pink for my liking. It's a little too red. Well, maybe not red enough. Let's see. This needs something. I'm trying to think what it needs color-wise. Sorry that it's not, I'm like putting it too close to the camera. So it is too pink right now, so we need to add something in there to make it less pink. Could add a little touch of blue and see what that does. I don't know. Okay, my blue is really, really super duper runny, so I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna touch it a little bit. Just touch it just a bit and mix it just a teeny bit in there. Need a little more than that. And maybe that'll like cool the color down, because I think it was too warm. So let's see what that does. Still a little off. A little too cool now. Don't know if I had some brown, maybe. What if I added a little bit of orange in there to warm it up a bit more? This one is Daler Rowney. I don't recommend Daler Rowney paint, actually. I recommend Apple Barrel. So yeah, let's see how good this will do. I might have warmed it up too much. Now it looks really yellow. We'll see though, we'll see. It could be wrong. Okay, what does that look like? It's getting there. Still not quite right. Let me add a bit more black and see what that does. Get a little bit of that off. It's probably gonna make it too, yeah, that made it too dark. Let me add more red now. If I need to, I might just repaint her whole lips instead of just touching up that area. But, oh, that actually looks quite similar. It's not perfect, but it's getting there. So let me actually take a little bit and test it on her and see what it looks like. So let me put a little water on my tip of my brush. Because once again, you really want this paint to be watered down, or else you're going to see the streaks in there. What's that little black thing going? I can paint over that. This is going to be really hard to do. On camera, that looks a little bit more similar than it does in... Okay, I can just wipe this off if I don't like it. So let me actually just go over the entire lip. I think it's too purple. Yeah, I want it to be a little bit more red. So let me add some more red in there. Okay. think I'd rather her lips be a little bit more red than more on the purple side. I don't really like that on her, so I'm gonna add a lot more red in there and see how that looks. Maybe we could just make her a little custom lip color. So what does that look like? Oh, that actually looks quite similar to her lip color now. Okay, let me try that. Let's try that. Put a little bit more water on the tip of our brush, dip it in our paint that's already really watered down. And then go over that. Ooh, it really oxidized there. That looks so purple. Could be a bit too dark. It looks, I think I need to remove that, actually, because it's kind of glopping up a little bit, so I'm going to remove that. And what you do is, you just take your isopropyl alcohol, you get a Q-tip, dip it in there, and then you just wipe that paint off. Just like that. And it comes right off. Get my brush. And let me blow on that a bit to dry that. It evaporates pretty quickly, but that was way too gloppy, so I want to go back in and see what it looks like just with this color, because I think it was mixing in with that purple and it didn't look good, so... Oh, that looks pretty good, actually. I like that. Looks a lot better than it did before. Let me just add some of that paint there. Hit that edge. Sorry about the blurriness. This is when I just stop breathing sometimes. I just stop breathing because I'm trying to get a really good line there. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's really similar, actually. Really, really similar. Okay. Got a little bit on her teeth, but... Let me try and actually get some of that. There we go. Okay. Now we need to make this little lip curve here at the edge. So we need to go in here, look at that. Okay. And we need to do this. Okay, that didn't work that good. Alright, well, let's go over it again. Ooh, I don't like that. It's going too far up. So I'm gonna remove that. And I'm trying to add more water to my paint so it doesn't dry up. So I need to get my new Q-tip. Get my isopropyl. Dip it in there. Then remove that little thing there because that looks bad. I need some more coats on the bottom as well. I might just go ahead and repaint the entire lip instead of doing what I'm doing now. Because I think if I don't, then it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be the teeniest bit too dark when it oxidizes, so. And plus this needs more coats, so I'm just going to paint the entirety of the lip. Since it is so similar to her original color, I think it'll be okay. Okay. You really need to water your paint down or else it'll get super thick and it'll look gross. So, I've seen so many people use such thick paint. I've done it. I do it too sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. So, you really need to be careful with how thick your paint's gonna be. I'm sorry that it's so blurry. Can I actually, well, I don't think I can zoom out actually, so let me not even try that. Okay, that bottom lip looks okay, I think. Doesn't look too streaky, so should be fine. So now I've got to go in and do that little curve thing happening here and replicate that over here. I'm gonna do that right there. Okay, I think that looks kind of even. You gotta let your layers dry too before you go back over it, or else it'll start glopping up as well. Okay. Okay. Let me squish her head a little bit, get in there. Okay, I'm trying to make it to where it doesn't blur up, but I may fail in that, so excuse me if it does. Okay. Doesn't look too bad. Oof. Need the flash to see my work. I can't see it in this lighting otherwise, so I'm very thankful for the flash. Just going over that existing lip. Ooh, that looks a little messed up there, doesn't it? Huh. Not too bad. Let me see about going over that again. Okay, that color goes into there. Paint in there. Let me go over to that side. Go over top of that. Okay. Sorry I'm being so quiet. I'm really trying to focus. Okay. I think that looks kind of okay. Really pull it down here a little. Whew. Okay, this side looks a little bit streaky, so I'm gonna go over that. Oh, hello, welcome back. Who knows, I might even just take this all off and redo it, because, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta do that. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I think her lips look okay. I might need to bring that edge up a little bit more, though, on this side. It's looking a little thin compared to the other one, so I'm just gonna take this and bring it a little bit more upward. Boom. Okay, I think her lips... Still not the most happy with this side, though. I'll be honest. I will go over it one more time and see if I can really fix this. But, okay, it's still wet. I can't go over it, so I need to let it dry a little bit before I go over it. Again, you really have to work in layers or else it will not look airbrushed. Because they used, for a lot of these dolls, they used stencils and, you know, stuff like that, and stamps and decals and all this other stuff to really put the faces on so it looks smooth, right? So you really need to work in layers so it can look like that. I went over it again. It was still a little wet, but... Okay, let's see how that looks. That side is still a little bit... It's not as curved as this one. You see how that goes like this and then goes up? This is going like straight. So I don't like that really. I may take that off. Just that edge though. I'm not going to take the whole paint off the lip. But yeah, I think I'm going to take that off. So let me dip this in some isopropyl alcohol. I'm very picky. If I don't like something that I painted, I will literally remove the whole face until I like it. I have done that. I did one face like several times before I was happy with it, so. But for this, I'm okay with it. I just need to fix that little area, so I'm going to take that off. Oof. I need a new Q-tip to soak up some of that alcohol. Okay, so let's see. And then when I'm happy with it, I will seal it. And I use this sealer. It's a indoor-outdoor matte oil. It's from Waverly Inspirations Varnish, indoor-outdoor. It says it's a durable sealant, and it's indoor-outdoor and non-yellowing, so I would recommend, if you don't like MSC or your dolls having like stuff sprayed all over their face, I would highly recommend this for sealing the paintwork, because, I mean, it is indoor-outdoor, so that does mean it's somewhat water-resistant, but once you've painted a doll, you would not want to like soak her in a bath or anything because the paintwork could come off. I have seen, you know, MSC is a little different. When you get water on that, I don't know what would happen if you soaked it in water, but when you get water on that, it basically slides off because it's an acrylic sealant that latches onto the paint, to the vinyl or whatever, and it basically I've scraped at that multiple times on some of my dolls to see if the paintwork would come off, and it does not. It does not budge. So you can remove it with some, that needs to come up a little bit, with a little bit of acetone, but acetone takes basically any paint off. So yeah, let me do that. Okay, sorry it's blurry. Again, I'm trying to get it on camera, but it is really not working against me at this moment. It really needs to start. It's a little blotchy, actually. It's gonna need some more layers. No, I'm gonna hold it like this so I can see, look at that side and like try and mimic it. Okay. Like that. Try and get that edge. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's okay. I need to get some of the paint right here. Okay, there we go. Okay. I think besides adding a little bit more paint over here, that's her lips done. But I need to wait for that little bit to dry a teensy-weensy bit more before I go over it with another coat. But yeah, that looks pretty similar to her original color. It's not exact. Might be a titch darker, but yeah, I think that looks pretty decent. Yeah, and it doesn't look super I guess if you get super close, you can see the streaks, but from far away, from like, I don't know how to, like, from this, I don't know. If you're just like setting up and you have the doll in your hands, you can't really see the streaks or anything. So I think it'll look really good once I put the sealer on. I use a matte sealer because even with the matte sealer, the varnish, it gives it a bit of a sheen, and I actually like that because on a lot of dolls, they don't have like super glossy lips or eyes. They're a little glossy, but not super, and it kind of gives that same effect. So that's why I like that one in particular, but yeah. Yeah, I think the paint is dry enough now where I can add another coat on this little lip edge here. Okay. Don't know if I went too far or not. My paint's drying up, so that's not good. Let me kind of try and reactivate it with a little bit of water. Oh, that you can really see in there. Okay, let's put a little paint right here. Okay. Okay, she's done. There we have it. Her lips are repainted. If you remember earlier, they were like super duper chipped and stuff and missing paint, but now they're one color now, so that's good. So now I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. Then I'm gonna show you how I put the varnish on top. And basically, it's the same way for any other part that you apply it to. Actually, I forget, I need to touch up. She has a little like missing paint on her tooth or like a stain or something, and it looks like she's missing a tooth. So I'm gonna actually add a bit of white paint in there. And hopefully I don't accidentally mess up the lips while I'm at it. This one is folk art. This one is a really good white paint, if it'll focus. It is a satin, and it's titanium white. Yeah, so this is a very good paint. Very good pigmented paint. You really want a pigmented white. I don't like when I use my white having to go over in layers and stuff like that, so that's why I really like this. It doesn't need too much buildup to get a good pigmented color. So yeah. I add water. I water it down though, because it's it can get very streaky if you don't, for any paint really, so okay. But yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit more water and then try and go in here and paint this missing tooth back. So I really need to take the very just need to paint there. And she needs a little bit of paint right in here. Okay. I think she's good. That looks pretty good, in my opinion. Doesn't look too overly done or anything, so... yeah, I'm just double checking, trying to get up close and see if I got enough layers on there. This lip looks like it needs a little bit more paint, so I'm going to take a little bit more paint. With a little bit of water. It's really starting to dry up, so I can't get too many more uses out of this, but just on that top lip, it just needs a little bit more. Yeah, like that. Maybe hit right there. Okay. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do to her. That's really all she needed. She didn't need any more touch-ups or anything, and I don't want to make her like a true custom or anything, so yeah. I still need to remove this stain, as you can see from her head, where I drew on it with a pen or something, I don't know. But other than that, she's pretty good. She needs her hair boil washed and stuff, but yeah, she's good. Making sure I didn't rub any paint in her hair. I have done that before, and it, thankfully, most of the times I get it out before it dries, but oof, I do not like removing paint from a doll's hair. So I'm just double checking I put the lids on everything I need to. Let me put it on my isopropyl alcohol. So yeah, it's time to get the matte sealer out. So I don't put any on a palette or anything. I just go straight in with it. I just dip it in there and go to town. You don't really need to water this down. The thicker it is, it actually works a little bit better because... but if you were doing a live tomorrow, I won't be able to watch it because I'm going to Daytona Beach to spend some time with some friends. Oh yeah, that's completely fine. That's fine. I usually stream... I have been streaming every day for the past, like, week or so. And I don't know, I just do it because I'm bored and stuff like that. But I don't expect people to tune in or anything. I mainly do them as... I think of them as, like, long-form videos. So if you want to watch them back or something, I upload them. It uploads to my channel, and then you can watch them back. That's what I do with a lot of people that stream. I don't always tune in or stay for people's streams, so for the whole stream anyways. So yeah, it's fine if you can't join. You can always watch it back if you want to, if you're into that at least. But if you like interacting and stuff, I understand. But yeah, so basically what I do is I just put a whole lot on and I drag it over. You're basically just painting it on the sealer, but honestly, like, the thicker it is, the nicer and the more sealed it is. So just go to town. Let me put some in here. I have already washed this doll, and I've wiped the area down, her lips and such, with the isopropyl alcohol, so she is clean. But I hope you have fun at Daytona. I like going to the beach sometimes, but it's not really a beach. I call it the beach, but it's like a lake. It's called Holiday Lake, where we have it. That's our closest lake thing around here. We have Virginia Beach. I live in Virginia, by the way. We have Virginia Beach, but that's like such a long drive away. I just don't feel like going all that way to go to the beach. No beach. So yeah, I'm fine with a little Holiday Lake. But it's kind of dirty there, so I don't really like going that often. Sometimes I'll go, but yeah. So yeah, I just try and cover everything I've painted to the very edge. Sometimes I accidentally overpaint it, but it's fine. It's like not gonna be that big of an issue if you overpaint a little bit of the sealer. That might be a little too much sealer, so I'll get that off. Yeah. Just gonna glop that on, basically. It doesn't really show streaks or anything. It dries pretty flat. So it's not like a paint. Sorry, I keep bringing it up too close. I'm really trying to see what I'm doing, but I don't want it to be blurry, so I'll try and hold it back, but... And if you want it, the more coats you put on, the more protected it is. So you could do like 2-3 coats. I've done that for dolls and built up like a little layering thing going on. I actually showed one of them that I did it. It was my Claude doll from Monster High. I redid his face and I used this same sealer on him. But if you aren't into repaints, there's still a use for this. So basically, when I paint the doll's scalp, no problem, I'm gonna stay for this. Oh, okay. Thank you. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate whenever you're able to join and stuff like that. But you don't feel like you have to join, you know? If you're busy or something, don't feel bad because you can't join. But yeah, that's her. She's all sealed up. Okay, there we go. Just needs to dry, but what was I saying? Oh, right, yeah. When I paint the scalp, I will sometimes mix this in. I'll either mix this in with the paint. You can mix this in with the paint, this varnish, and it will make it'll thicken it up, and it will also help hide brush strokes. I learned this from, who is it? Teeny Tinkerbell or something on YouTube. It's something like that. She does like Barbie customs and restorations and stuff like that. And she uses a varnish to mix in with her paint to help hide brush strokes and stuff like that. But yeah, you can mix that in with your paint for your scalp, and then when you put it on there, it'll basically kind of like seal itself on the scalp. And I've like scraped at it and scraped at it and scraped at it, and it didn't come off. So that's good for if you brush your doll's hair a lot, or if you use a metal hairbrush like this. This is like a dog, like a grooming brush for a dog or a cat or something. But if you use like a metal bristled brush like this, then it'll help keep the paint on there and not scrape it off and stuff like that. So yeah. But I think any indoor, it doesn't have to be Waverly Inspirations. It can be any indoor-outdoor varnish. I just got this because it was the only option I had. There was no other varnishes at my Walmart, so that's where I got that from the arts and crafts section. I don't know what it's called, but it's like where the sketchbooks and the paints and everything it was. I was able to find this, so yeah. There it is again in case you want it. Yep, there you go. And the brushes I'm using, so this is like a custom brush. So this brush was way too big. So I cut all of this off. You can see that. I cut all of that off right there, and I made it super duper teeny because I can't find really teeny brushes like I need at my Walmart. They're few and far in between, so when I found, what I ended up doing for a lot of my brushes was when I needed one, I would take a thicker one and just cut it down until I got the size that I wanted. So, and this one works very well actually for painting small details. Let me show a repaint I did using this exact same brush. Now this doll I did seal with MSC, so I do use MSC for certain dolls, but for certain other ones, I don't. So yeah, but this is one that I painted. I completely repainted her face and lips and eyebrows, everything on her face you see I painted. So, yeah, and I used this brush right here. And it actually makes quite fine little details. So you can see her eyelashes, they look pretty good. I was able to paint her eyebrows look a little funny, I'm not gonna lie. But like they look a little, they could use another coat of paint, I'm not gonna lie, so. And then I painted her lips. And they actually look a little uneven. This one is a bit bigger than, it's a little bit less curved. It's a little bit fuller, but yeah. This is a Spa de Laguna. She has like totally hair Barbie hair, and it's Saran, which is like the good fiber. So yeah, I'm glad that they made her. I had 2 of her, so I decided to take one out of the box and do that to her. So now that we've gotten this girl done, you can see the sealer is drying and it's starting to turn into that kind of matte. You can kind of see what I mean with it. It's like not completely matte. It's not completely dry yet, but yeah. Yeah, I will show you again once it's fully dry, but I'm going to lay her up there so I don't touch her. Now, there was another doll. Oh, this one. So this one is a childhood Barbie that my mother got me from, I think it was the Goodwill. And I've already touched her up, but I did such a horrible job, I want to go back and fix it. So, as you can see, she is like she actually could use a good scrub down. I'm not gonna lie. She's got like I don't know if that's a stain or like just a dirt mark, but I've washed this doll, but I don't know where I had her laying, where she got like this, but she did end up getting dirty on the face again. And if you can see, right there on her, I didn't have the proper brush size, and my hand was super duper, it will not focus, super duper shaky. And I did not do a good job trying to paint this doll's, touch her up right there. Like her eyeshadow and her eyelashes were gone. And I tried touching it up and it didn't work. So yeah, her face paint is fragile, so I have to be careful when taking that off. But I am going to like wipe her face down a little bit with a Q-tip and some, not acetone, that would completely remove her face, some alcohol. So let me get a clean Q-tip. Actually, let's go back to, before I do her, let's go back to this doll right here that I was working on. It's this doll's body. I was working on it earlier. It's probably set by now, so yeah, it's really rock hard. So I just, earlier in the video, I showed how to make the acrylic to like fix these breaks in your doll's neck, or if you have like, you can even use it for like, you could probably use like some gel glue if you're like missing a finger or something, and like build up layers and like make fingers and stuff like that. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sand this down because it's a little bit bulging right there, so I'm gonna sand that down a little bit. And I was thinking of painting, I don't know, does anybody think I should paint this? Because let's see, with her head on, because I think when her head is on, it'll cover most of it. But I still think you'll see a little bit right there. I was thinking of painting it, but I don't know if the paint will hold up. I've seen one YouTuber, her name was Selena's Glamorous Dolls. She did this, well, she took actual acrylic powder. I made my own acrylic powder, but basically the same thing. And she did that. She fixed the neck and the splits and everything and put it over the cracks. She sanded it down, and then she painted it and then sealed it with I think it was a different brand, but it was basically an indoor-outdoor varnish sealer. I don't know if that would hold up, though, is my deal. So I don't know if I want to put all that work into matching the skin tone and everything for it to just all chip off. That's a little raised up right there. Yeah, I'm just sanding that down. It doesn't need to be super perfect, but but this will be super duper strong now. Look at that. It's not moving at all or budging, so I'm glad that I did this because her neck was super duper brittle. She's an Indonesian doll, so I don't know if it probably has something to do with it, honestly, because I've heard other people experience breakage and stuff like that with like older Indonesian dolls and stuff like that. So It really could be because she's from Indonesia. So that's still raised up right there, so I need to really... Yeah, that's basically all I did. Was use some super glue, baking soda, and it created that hard material on there, and it's set, so really good stuff. I will put her head back on once the sealer on the lips is completely dry, and I will actually see if I want to paint that or not, because I don't know how far this crack, I don't know if it'll show once her head's on, so I'm gonna see about that. Yep. Okay. Is the sealer on her... Actually, let me sand this down a little bit more back here. Yeah, it's really raised right there, so let me... Oopsies. Sanded a little bit too much there. Okay, that should be good. Let me try and put her head back on. Is it... It's not dry yet. Probably could get away with sticking her head back on for now and seeing if that works. Maybe a little bit too... Okay. Actually, okay, so I don't think I'm gonna paint that because it actually covers up pretty nicely. And her head is like really on there, so yeah, it's nice and tight. Oof. Super duper tight. But I don't know, should I sand it down some more? Her head looks like it's bulging out a bit. I don't know. I'm not trying to mess up her paint work. No, I think it should be okay, like... Okay, but I think what I need to do is, let me take that head off, is I need to actually wipe some of that residue off because I don't want it all on her head. So I'm going to take a magic eraser. I'm going to spray... Oh, I don't have my spray bottle. Let me actually just... I guess I could put a little bit of alcohol on it. Put a little alcohol on it. Just kind of wipe that down a bit. Hair there. Oh, yeah, it really took that. You can see how clear it is. Let me take a little bit. Yeah, once you wipe the excess off, you can kind of see what it looks like, really, without all that dust and everything, so... So, yeah. That's basically plastic at this point. A hard plastic, so yeah. It works really well. I would highly recommend people to try this out. I don't know, do I want to try and paint that? I don't know if it'll hold up, but I'm gonna try, actually. Nah, I don't think I need to paint it, actually. I'm very indecisive. I'm a very indecisive person, so... I'm actually going to take some alcohol and pour it on this magic eraser to get it a little wet. I'm gonna stay, okay, let's see. Pour a little bit on here. This magic eraser. And then I'm gonna just wipe her legs off a bit, because I got some baking soda on there. Actually wipe her body off as well. There we go. She was a little dirty, I think. So that's good, I wiped her down a little bit. Plus she has some marks on her legs. I don't know that it'll come off or not, but don't know what that is. Oh, it was glitter. I think it was glitter glue, actually. There's some glitter on her legs. Lay that magic eraser there. And then the alcohol will evaporate. But I'm going to actually wipe her off with my pants leg a little bit. I am going to take some glue. So I'm going to show you how you can fix these loose arms. So the arm basically is super duper loose, as you can see. This is, I think, common for dolls made in Indonesia. So what you need to do is you need to get some super glue, and I'd recommend for this the runny kind. So this brand, it's Gorilla Super Glue Impact Tough Formula. And what you do is you take it and you go to the joint and you, if I can get some in there. Okay, so I'm trying not to get it on the arm itself, but more like right in there. Try and get it to go down into the crack. The arm. Hopefully it will like leak down. Okay, that's not gonna work there. I see I got some right there. Where's my magic eraser? Get that off really quickly. I'm gonna take some and try and drip it down. Just go around the joint and hopefully it will go down into that area. So like that. And then I'm gonna I'm gonna do her arm like this. Okay. I'm hoping it'll be able to go down into the joints. I'm trying to like flood it into there, so shake it a little. And what you want to do is you want to keep going around like this so the arm doesn't get stuck. I'm going to kind of coat it in there. Sometimes I even like wait for it to dry a little bit, so I'll wait like a few seconds. Put this on with one hand. Okay, it's starting to get a little bit stuck, so I'm going to go around. It might be not working as good because of the way it's made, the joint. I'm trying to get some of that glue off of the outside. What is that right there? What is that? Did I get acrylic on there? Okay. Okay, it's starting to tighten up a little bit. It's not as loose as it was, but I'm trying to get it like super duper tight, so I'm just gonna kind of keep going around it and try and get it in there. I almost want to like put some more in there and see. Okay, let's go down in there some more. So let's do this. There, really get it in there, especially down here. I'm going to let her arm kind of chill like that. gonna try and let that set a little bit. And then once it's set, then I'm gonna break it loose from its hold, from its bond. And I'm gonna, it's hopefully gonna make the arm a little less loose feeling. Okay. Still a little loose. It's got so much glue residue up here now. This method might not work for this doll, actually, because of the way her joints are. I've seen other people do it, though, so I don't know why it's not holding as well. Ooh, I might have just made her all icky. Yeah, whatever. She's a test doll. She's a TLC anyway, so... She has that old, horrible broken neck, so it shouldn't hurt her that much. Okay, it's still wet in there, but I'm trying to get that to go all the way around. Coat the inside of that. Oh, wait. It's starting to feel a little something, a little resistance now. I need to soak her hand in some boiling water because she has like these little bumps in there, I guess from like just play and stuff like that. Not too sure what happened there, but... Okay. Let me take my... Well, I'm not going to take the buff. Well, yeah. Let's try it. Take the buffer and actually buff some of that glue off of there. Because that looks a little bad right there. Don't like that. Not liking how this is looking, actually. But you've got to you got to test things out to see if they work. And I have seen where this works for some people, so... Okay, her arm is starting to feel a little tighter, so it is working. It just has that nasty, like, stuff on the outside. Look at that. It looks really bad on the camera. It looks bad in person, too, but, yeah. I think I'll be able to scrape, hopefully. I'm not liking how that looks, so I might end up not doing it to this arm, even though it's, like, super duper swingy. This one actually looks a little bit like it's shrunk. Like, I don't know. See, if I had would I have done that anyways? I was thinking if I had, like, cracked her open and then built up, like, a layer of, like, the, acrylic inside of that joint, then it probably would have worked out, but I don't know. I don't think the glue method for this doll is working out like I was envisioning it. It's still damp in there, like, sticky, but... Yeah, I'm just going to set her to the side and wait for her to dry. See if she turns out okay, but if not, then I can just put like a cute shirt on her and it'll look okay, but yeah. Okay, so moving on from that doll for a minute, let me check to see if her lips are dry. Yeah, basically. So that's basically about the sheen you're going to get from this. So there you go. So yeah, like I was saying, moving on from that doll, I need to clean... let's see, what do I want to do? I think I want to work on this doll right here. This one. So I need to get a clean Q-tip, and then I need to get some my isopropyl. Don't know why I call it isopropyl. I could just call it alcohol. Is that... No, this is just dust on the floor. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe her face off, so I'm going to wipe that off. I'm going to go over her eyebrow. I think I painted that or something. I'm going to go over that paint and hope it comes off. I don't know if it will. I hope it will. But yeah. Get in there. There's some crud in that eye. The black came off, but this white isn't really budging that good. Okay. Okay, it kind of came off. It's coming off, so I'm just going to have to work with it a little bit more. Try and get most of it off at least. Especially this black stuff. Try not to take off the rest of her makeup, though, because her paint is quite fragile. Okay, I think I can work with that. Let's try and get some of that black crud off of her nose. In her teeth. She has, like, dirt or something going on in there, or it could just be missing paint, honestly. This stuff on her cheek, I'm trying to... Okay, that's coming off, good. I don't know what landed on her cheek, but it definitely was on there. She has some black stuff going on in here. I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna try and leave that alone because I just want to focus on this eye. But yeah, okay, that's good. So I'm gonna go in with some, do I want to do the, yeah, I'm gonna do the cream color first. So she has a kind of, it's almost like a very light gray color. So, and I actually have a very light gray color, so let's take a look and see if that kind of matches pretty good. So I think I'm gonna take that instead of that stark white color and actually use that for the sorry, I was checking on the body. I'm gonna use that for the white color that's on there, or the light gray color, or whatever it is. So I actually don't need this. Well, yeah, I do, because I want to water it down. So you can see I've some paint's gotten down in there, but that shouldn't affect it too bad. So I'm just gonna grab some of that and put some on my palette. Okay. Put the top back on that. And now I need my brush. A little bit of water on there. Okay, now we get to painting. Hopefully, let me get some of this off and to see if... I think that was just stained a little bit from the lip color I was doing for that other doll, so... Yeah, let's go in with this color. See if it works, actually, because I don't know if it'll work. It seems to be going on good enough. It's close enough to a match. Okay. Ooh, that's really grody looking there. I don't know what that is. Okay. And she has this like weird thing going on there, so I'm going to cover that up. Okay. She needs another coat of that, but it's looking pretty good so far. I'm liking how that's matching. Let's actually put a little bit of this in her teeth and see if that matches the teeth color. Because she needs some in her teeth. Let's actually squeeze her face a bit. Okay, I think that worked pretty well for the teeth. Needs another coat actually, but it's on top of a Q-tip and it's making it the plate moving around. Layer, layer, layer. Layer by layer, we're getting her done. I'm going to try and make the eyelashes look exact, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that fully, but I'll try. Her makeup is not going to look perfect, but hopefully it'll look a little bit better than what it does. So, okay. I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to go in with the black. I have some black on my palette already, I didn't realize, but yeah. Let's water this down a bit. Now this is where you gotta be really careful. These fine little eyelashes, oh my god. These fine, teeny little eyelashes. I really need to rub some of that paint off with the brush. Okay. So I'm gonna go in. Oh, I'm really terrified that I'm gonna mess this up, but I'm gonna go in and I'm going to try and do these eyelashes. Okay. This needs to be brought up a bit. Okay. Okay, there's an eyelash there. Ugh, it's so difficult to do this. Okay, I need to put some more water on that brush and thin down the paint a bit more to make it watery. But not too watery to where you don't get any pigment, because it's really hard going over these eyelashes again. Okay. I don't think they're as fine as they need to be, but it's going to have to work because I don't have a finer brush, so a very good liner brush or anything like that, so I'm going to have to do with... Okay. Let's do another here. Okay. Add a bit more water, and paint to the end of my brush, because it's not really... Sorry, it's getting super duper blurry there. Come on. Okay. Sometimes you gotta squeeze the head. Oh, shoot, my hand... Ugh, this is why I'm struggling to do it on camera, because my hand just did a spasm and went this way, and... Because I'm a little bit shaky. As you can see, and it didn't do too much damage, but it's a little line through there, but I'm gonna try and fix that. Do I need to go over that, the bottom lash a little bit? I don't know. I'm debating what I need to touch up and what I don't need to touch up, because it looks pretty good now, especially from a distance. You can't really tell if she had any paint loss there, so That's really what I was going for. And that other work I did was really bad, so that needed to be addressed really bad. But other than that, that's basically all I need to do to this doll, I think. I'm looking to see if there's anything else I need to do. I could probably... Is this paint still... Okay, oh no, that's black. I don't want that in there. Okay, let's get this little... Go right in between that lash. Oh, crud. Crud. I need to go over the black again because I messed it up a bit. So I'm going to go in there with a bit more water and get some black. And try and get this lash looking good. That eyelash looks a little thick. See, now I need to go in there with a little bit more paint to thin that down because that looks a little weird, so. So I need to go in there and then do this. I'm not in love with what happened up here. It looks like it's a little dark right there. Oh, crud. I just smeared that a bit, so I need to go in with some isopropyl and remove that before it stains. Some of that off of there. Right in there, so... I'm not a fan of what happened right in here. I might cover that up, actually, and then get a little bit more paint and cover that up, because I don't like how that eyelash is looking. It's looking way too thick, so I'm going to grab some of that and get some paint from the edge here, and then put it in my palette, and then water that down. So I'm going to cover that whole eyelash up, because it looks really bad, actually, so... Looks really amateur. I am an amateur, but I don't want my stuff always to look like it's super amateur, especially when I'm doing like a this is what I consider a restoration, putting back what was once there. What is going on there? Is that like a hair? Oh no, I don't want that there. I don't have anything. I have this pin here. I don't know if I can get that out with this. Ugh. It was either really gloppy or a hair, but anyways, I removed that paint, so I'm gonna go back over it again because of that. Just gonna build the layer, ring up again. I think there was some black on my brush because it's showing up a little bit darker than what this is showing up on my palette, so let that dry. Then I'll go back over it and try and add that eyelash back in there because it's a little barren without it. I'll have to use probably do a little acetone in there to remove that little spot on her nose, but let me add a little bit more paint here. Okay. I don't know, it feels like that's a hair there, and it's causing the eyelash to, like, I don't know, lump up or something in that area, so I don't know what I'm going to do there, but I'm going to add a little bit more of this paint in the teeth area, so... Okay. Here we go. I think she's starting to look okay now. She looks a lot better than she did, at least, which is what I'm going for. Just as long as it looks better than what it did before, I'm glad. So, let me go over that one more time. I really want that paint to go over that thing right there. Okay, but hopefully when I add the black paint, I'm actually going to get some new black paint and put it on my palette, because that paint is, I think it's cursed or something. So let me drop a little bit more black paint on here. Okay, there we go. I don't need much. Okay. Okay, rub some of that paint off. And now we're going to go in again and try and... I might not bring it as high as I did last time. I think that was my downfall. Okay, there is something wrong going on with the tip of my brush, so I'm trying to, like, correct that. I don't know what was on the tip of my brush. It's like a glob of paint. So that probably didn't help in putting that on there, so I'm gonna... Okay, that's way too thick again, so that's a shame. As you can see, I'm very picky how my paintwork looks, so I'm very unsatisfied with that. So I'm gonna take that off. Should I? No, because then I'm gonna remove the other eyelashes, and those look fine to me. It's just that one eyelash that keeps bugging me. So I'm going to do it again. I'm gonna cover that up. Let me go and work on something else, because I think what's happening is I'm keep picking at it. Sometimes you need to put something away for a little while and work on something else, so that's what I'm going to do. So, what I'm going to do now is not paint anything, because I think I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated with that. So, what we're going to do now is, I think we're going to be removing the hair from a childhood doll of mine. I think I'm going to do 2 childhood dolls. So, I think this is a Barbie Basics doll. So, but I remember she came in like this black dress or something like that, and I forgot what shoes she had, but she has heeled feet, obviously. She's on the model Muse body, I believe. And she has the Steffi head mold. Yeah, let's see, 1971 Steffi head mold. She does have chew marks in her face that I've tried to remedy with boiling water and such, but yeah, they won't go away completely, so... But anyways, she's a childhood doll of mine. I've had her for over a decade, probably. Probably like 13, 14 years, something like that. Depending on when she came out and when I got her, but She has a beautiful face, and she has one of my favorite hit molds, which is the Steffi mold. So yeah, I cut her hair. I think I remember actually cutting her hair, trying to give her a bob because I was bored. I was bored with her hairstyle, and I was like, I want to give her a bob. Well, little did I know that bob was gonna look like trash. So, and I had been putting off cutting her hair because it is a childhood doll of mine, and I remembered cutting her hair, and actually you can see how like uneven that is. So, but I do have a hair color that's super duper similar to this. It's a little bit different, but it's pretty darn close. As you can see, she actually has a split right there. I think a dog got a hold of her head or something, but anyways, I'm going to be removing her hair, so what I'm going to do is sorry, my nose is starting to get clogged up a bit, so I'm starting to sound a bit funny. I'm going to squish her head down on her body. That's very attractive. And I'm going to wait a little bit. Ugh. My nose got really stuffy for some reason. Ooh. My eyes are kind of watering, but yeah. This doll means a lot to me because she was my childhood doll. I've washed her and everything, but she needs new hair, so she has a bit of a paint thing going on there. Sorry, my nose. But yeah, other than the bite mark, she's pretty good. So yeah, now I'm going to pull her head off. Oh, and I just broke her. Well, I didn't break her neck. I think her... So basically her, the little thing that holds her neck joint in place broke off. That'll sometimes happen with Barbies. And then the neck knob will basically just come out. That's what that little, like, peg is for in there, but she doesn't have it anymore, so I need to take that out with... I have some needle nose pliers here. I'm just gonna take that and pull that out of her head, so... there we go. And I'm gonna cut those little pegs off with... I don't have my... I don't want to use those scissors. I might wait for that, though, to cut these off. But I'm going to put that back on her head. You just push it back in, just like that. I probably need to, like, glue her back together, because she's, like, coming apart at the seam there, so I may end up gluing her back together there. But anyways, it's time to, like... Oh, she's got a big rip going on in there as well. Ooh, yeah, I should probably glue that. I'll probably end up gluing this with... I don't know if I want to use my special glue, my vinyl glue, or do I want to use this super glue? I don't know. But anyways, it's time to take her hair out. Let's take this beautiful doll's hair out. Well, she's beautiful to me, so yeah. I'm going to start cutting. It's going to be hard giving her bangs. Let me take a look at how her bangs were rooted. They were just... I think I can achieve that, hopefully. So yeah, let's start doing it. Ugh. I'm so sad that I have to do this, but she used to have longer hair. I think it used to be to her lower back. About there anyways, but... Yeah, she just needs a reroot because this bob is not bobbing. It's not a vibe. So, yeah, we gotta cut the hair. Cut it all off. As short as we can. Oh, she still has a T-tab in her head. I can pull that out. This is from where they put them in the box with. That just broke, so it's fine. It'll come out the inside of her head. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cut this a little bit shorter here. And a little bit shorter here. Be careful around the ears. I think I've cut dolls' ears before doing that, so... Okay, so you need to... What I'm going to do is, I don't have a flat head, but you want something that you can basically stick in there and do this. you basically scrape the inside of the head where the plugs are to get all of those plugs into the inside of the head, where you then take them out with like tweezers, or in my case, needle nose pliers. I also had a pair of forceps that I used for a long time, but I have since lost those and cannot for the life of me find them. Wherever they are well hidden. That'll keep somebody from trying to steal them, but yeah, you just scrape, 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 and it'll all come out. Now, hopefully, I'm hoping her part line, because I think she was left outside or something. I played with her a lot, so she really needs some tender love and care to be looking good again. But I'm going to try and actually take some of these plugs out like this by just, instead of scraping, to maybe lessen the possibility of, you know, she's got a big hole right there. Trying not to rip into that vinyl too much, but sometimes you can't help but do it, especially for these 2010s dolls. I've noticed their vinyl tends to rip really easily. I don't know why. I think she's made in Indonesia. She isn't made in Indonesia, so, and her arms are really loose, so there definitely is a correlation between Indonesia dolls and loose limbs and stuff like that. Don't know about splitting vinyl, but yeah, oh god, her part. Yeah, her part is super, it's split really bad, actually. I may end up giving her a side part with bangs. I don't know. Haven't decided yet, but if I can't salvage her... Oop, there's a big wad right there. If I can't salvage that, then I will... But right there, ooh, that's a really big split right there. I may have to make her a new part line, because that's not going to root very well. So I may have to glue that up and not use that. Probably, anyway. Let's get some of these. I really am trying not to split her part line, but it's really hard to, because they rooted her hair so thickly there. That's usually what splits on these, any doll, really. Especially, like, more vintage ones, I say 15-plus-year-old dolls, is the part, because they rooted it so thickly. I'm gonna have to really... I don't know what Barbie Basics she was, but I'm pretty sure she was a Barbie Basics doll. I don't know if I still have her dress. I feel like I might, but I don't know. If I run across her, I'll definitely... This is a doll that I would like to have a new one of, because I would like all of her accessories and stuff, but... I think I have a couple Barbie Basic dolls. I think I have one more, and she has the Steffi head. She has super duper curly, like, tight curled hair. She's Caucasian. She has the curly hair, and she has blonde hair. So, yeah, I don't know what Barbie Basics she was either, but I have one of her. I have one like that, I mean, but yeah. Is that split? No, it's not split yet, but it looks like it's gonna split. Okay, let's scrape, scrape, scrape. She has a lot of holes, actually. Her hair was pretty nicely, it was thick enough for me. But yeah, this is a doll that I wanted to get us the same hair color for, and I was in my room, and I saw her, and I saw the hair color I had, and I was like, yep, she's gonna get rerouted. Because she deserves it. She deserves nice hair. Because she's went through a lot of my, like, play patterns and stuff as a kid, which were basically to throw my dolls around, stab them, color on them, whatever I could do. You name it, I've probably done it to my doll at some point, one or the other. I really need to get this out of her scalp. Okay, come on. Oh. Yeah, it's mostly ripped in this area. You can see there's like a thread keeping it from going from there to there, but it's really split. Ugh. I think I am going to make her a new part line. I'm going to probably... Which side? Maybe this side, and then I'll give her bangs or something. Because I still do want her to keep mostly to her original hairstyle. I don't want to, like, customize her too much, you know what I mean? But, yeah. Come on. I'm hoping her hairline doesn't split. Oh! Okay, that went through there. Did that split that? Oof. It's hanging on by a thread. Oh, that's a big piece right there. I think that's a really big piece trying to come out. Okay. Okay, oh, that went inside there. Probably would have been done by now, but I'm really trying to be careful with this doll's head, because if she splits too much, then I'm not going to be able to root her properly, so... Scrape some of the... Let me get some of these plugs out of here. Oh, it's a big one. Oh, there comes that T-tie that I was talking about from earlier. Oh, there's another big one. Another big one. Well, not too big, but yeah. A little piece. She was rooted with Saran, so her hair looked a little frazzled anyways, because Saran, when you have especially dolls that you've played with, like, pretty rough with and have damage and stuff like that, usually their Saran hair goes, like, pretty quickly. It's not the most sturdy hair fiber, I'll be honest. I do like it. I do quite like Saran, especially when it's new in package and stuff, but when it comes to, like, second-hand dolls when I was a child or something like that, their hair looks pretty bad, especially if it's, like, the newer type of Saran, because they have actually different qualities of Saran, so especially, like, in the 80s, a lot of Barbies were rooted with, like, a thicker, it almost was like a nylon to me. Now you can't, okay, so that hair can get damaged just as well, but you have to really actually put some effort into damaging that hair. This hair, if you brush it too hard, it can fall, like, it can break and stuff like that, even when new, so tugging on it, styling it, stuff like that is probably going to lead to a lot of breakage. I think I got pretty much all of the... There's a little bit in there, but not much. Yeah, see? I think I got all of the plugs out, so... There we go. Yeah, there she is. So, yeah, you can see the damage here. Like, let me do that. She split right there. She split... Somebody was revving up a chainsaw or something. But, you can see the split right in there on her flange. Then you can see all of that, those marks on her head from the dog that chewed her. I'm pretty sure it was a dog that got a hold of her. I don't remember putting my doll's heads in my mouth and chewing them. Plus, it looks like little animal teeth to me. And we did have dogs, and they were notorious for grabbing our toys and chewing on them and all the... Ugh. So, yeah. Anyway, that's all of her hair. So I'm going to put this... where am I going to put this? Don't want to put it in there. I think I'm going to put it in the plate with the baking soda. Nah, I don't want to put it there. I'm going to put... I actually have a little hair pile, so I'm actually going to put that in the hair pile and then throw that away later, but... Yeah. There's her. Now, this doll right here that we have right here, This is a childhood doll of mine. I don't know what Teresa she is, but she's obviously a Teresa. She's in pretty good shape, apart from her earrings being missing. She actually has a split in her ear right here. If you can see that. There's like an actual like hole or something that going on there. So she's missing her earrings. Don't know what happened to those. I think they were red or something. And I actually think that I have this doll, like another one of her, but this one is a childhood one. I'm debating whether I want to reroute her, because this does play a part in my childhood. This was a doll that was at my grandmother's house, and I remember playing with this doll a lot, actually, because I thought she was really pretty. I loved her skin tone and her hair color and everything. And honestly, I think her haircut is kind of cute, but I remember it's doing it now, but it used to stick up a lot worse. Like, so it would basically stick up like that. And I remember always trying to train the hair and train it and put rubber bands around it and plastic wrap and like soak it in water and stuff like that to try and like get it to stay down, but it never would. And now I know about boil washing. I don't think she's ever had a boil wash, so I don't know. I'm debating whether I want to keep her hair like this. It's been like this forever since I've had her, so it does play a little bit of a special part in my childhood. She does have the beginning of a neck crack right there, but it's not cracked quite yet. It's just stressed. No, okay, she's coming apart at the seam a bit, but oh, and she has a little line right there. But other than that, right there, her neck is pretty good, so she's in decent condition. Her knees, they don't. Yeah, see, they kind of go back like that. Will this one stay? Nope, it goes too. Okay, so her knees don't really click anymore, but yeah. She's really pretty. She does have some lip chips, though, as you can see. So I was thinking about maybe going in and touching those up, but I don't think the lip color I have is... It's a little bit more bright. This is a bit darker, so I would probably have to dilute it a little bit with some black to make it a bit darker. I don't know, but... Yeah, I don't know if I want to paint her lips or not. I think I kind of like her the way she is, but I'm debating whether I want to, like, remove her hair and give her new hair. And make it long and thick and stuff, and maybe curl it. Ooh, that would look pretty. And if you look at her hair closely, so she actually has a mixture of colors in there. So she has like a brown color, and then she has a black color. Yeah, and it's mixed together, so it makes it look, I guess that's what makes it look like this deep brown color. But yeah, her scalp is painted black, but yeah, it's her. I don't think she has a... Does she have a part line? Actually, I don't think she does. Is it over here? Oh, I'm not seeing a part line. That's interesting. I could have sworn she had a part line. Is this it right here? I'm sorry, I'm digging through her hair to find a part line. No, I don't think she has a part line at all, so... Whatever doll she was, she didn't have a part line. She had these bangs. I don't think... No, there's no part line. So, there's no part line. It's slicked back like this, and she has bangs. So, I would probably root her like that. Her bangs, I would probably make them go down like this. Like that, instead of sticking straight up, but... Yeah, I think her earrings used to be red or something. I don't remember if she had earrings or not, but I think if she did, they were red. But yeah, that's her. That's my childhood one, Teresa. So I would never part with her because I remember playing with her a lot when I was little, so... But yeah, this one's going to be interesting to reroute. I've been meaning to reroute a Barbie-sized doll for a while, because I did reroute this doll, finish rerouting her, just finished rerouting her, today. So, this Barbie, I showed her earlier, but this Barbie Dream Bestie, and her hair is super duper soft. Oh my god. So luxuriously soft. And I was a little bit upset that I got this hair fiber, but I'm fine with it now, honestly. Like, this is a pretty good hair fiber for me. Feels like nylon, honestly, so... But yeah, she looks gorgeous, and I'm probably gonna put, like, curls or... I don't know if I want to put curls or, like, waves in her hair or something. I don't know which would look better, but yeah. But yeah, she looks gorgeous now. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. She has a good face too, so. Yes, I'm gonna actually take all of my, after this live stream is done, I'm gonna take all of my Barbie Dream Besties, put them back in my room, because I have them in here because I was showing them on live a few lives ago, so yeah. I don't know how long I've been live. I think I've been live over an hour or so, so maybe like about 2 hours now, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. I guess I could probably glue this doll. I don't know if I want to glue her before or after I... This glue is pretty strong, this super glue, so I may end up trying to glue it. There it is. So I guess we could try and glue it and see if it sticks, but... Whatever, if it doesn't hold, then I'll just glue it again. So I'm going to take some of this glue. Kind of get it in there. Then she has a... I don't need to glue that. This one right in there, I need to glue that. Then I will put my cap back on my glue so it doesn't dry out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this together for a little bit. I'm actually holding them both at the same time, as you can see. Yep, it's holding now, so that's good. Her lips and stuff isn't like... Oh, she is missing a little bit of paint on her eyelashes, I just noticed. If you can see that. She's like missing a bit of paint, so... But I don't know if I want to touch that up, because it's honestly like so minor. I do have like a gold color I could put on her eyelids and make them look shiny, but... I don't know. I'll decide if I want to do that or not later on, but... Yep, she's all glued up. Now I just need to wait for the glue to set. I wonder how good it'll work on vinyl. I haven't... Actually, let's glue this, Should I try and glue this together? Ooh, I got that on my finger. I don't want to get super glue all over her head, so... Should I glue this? I don't know if I should glue that or not. This, rip in her scalp. Maybe, maybe not, but I know that I need to remove that little, bit of paint on her forehead. So I'm going to take a Q-tip, some alcohol, the excess off. She's been cleaned, so I'm not worried about her being, like, dirty or anything, but a good wipe down wouldn't hurt. Ooh, she is actually... Ew. She is a little dirty, isn't she? Ooh, she's filthy. Ew, I've washed this doll. Why is she like that? I don't know why she's dirty. I'm gonna have to scrub her head down with some soap and water. Do not know why this doll is that dirty. Ew. Maybe I didn't wash her. Maybe I'm misremembering. I remember taking her to the faucet and doing something to her. It might have been to shrink her, to try and shrink these holes up that are in her head and stuff, but that is disgusting. This doll is not clean at all. I could have sworn she was clean, but she's obviously not, so she's gonna need a good wash down before I do anything to her. Yeah, so I'm just gonna get some more alcohol on there. Filthy, filthy. Run over that glue. Get the excess off. Yeah, she's still dirty. Look at that. Look at that scalp, too. I know her scalp is probably really dirty. Ooh, look at that. Ew, that's gross. Because we used to play with her in the mud and stuff, so... Ugh, disgusting. So she's going to need to be fully washed, body from head to toe. Ugh, that's so gross. Is that her paint, or is that her paint coming off? I don't think it's her paint coming off. I think it's just straight up dirt. So yeah, that doll head, it needs to be washed, and her body needs to be washed as well. This is a case where I would probably use baking soda, because she has a lot of, like, this grubby stuff on her and stuff like that, so, and she has nail polish. I might go in and paint her nails, though, like a different color, like maybe red or something. But yeah, not a huge fan of these Model Muse bodies, but it is her original body, so I am going to keep it. Let me see about this body. Ooh, that is so gross looking. Let me peel some of that off. So let me take a Q-tip and see if I can rub any of that glue off on her arm, because that looks really bad. If I had known it was going to look like that on this doll's arm, I wouldn't have done that to her. So let's try and get some of this off. Okay, I think it's actually taking some of that off, so... Okay, this is Gorilla Glue, though, so I don't know if that'll come off. Okay, if I scrape it, then it comes off, but... I just need to get, like, some of that off. Okay. Oh, what I do for my dolls. I don't know what... I did tighten it up a bit, though. Yeah, I did tighten it up, I think. It's not as loose, I don't think, anyway. A little loose when it's like that, but I don't know. This one probably needed it the most, but I'm not going to do it to that one because I don't want the other one to be this gross looking either, so... Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like that. So this doll's lips are dry by now. That's what they look like. They look pretty good. They're not perfect. I can see that this one, I needed to bring that up a little bit. And she probably needed another coat in here on the bottom lips. But you know what? She's good. Looks good for display and everything. So I'm going to pop her back onto her body. Yep. Just put her back on that body. Like so. And you can't even see where that crack happened. You can see a little bit, but not much. Okay, one thing... Her head looks a little funny on there. I don't know. It could just be me, but it looks like her, like, it's bulging out here a little bit. And that could be from me not sanding that down enough. Let me sand it down a little bit more. My nose is, like, running like crazy. Let me sand that down a little bit more, like, right in here. Ooh, her head there. Okay. That might have worked. Let me wipe her down a little bit more though. Because I got all that, to get all that dust off and stuff, so. Her neck, so let's test that out. See if that helped a little bit. I think it's less bulky now, so. Let's try and put her head back on and see if it looks funny still. Let's get some of that crud out of here. What is that? I don't know what that is in there, but anyways. Let's put her head back on and see if it looks any better. Yeah, I think it looks about the same. But yeah, we did shave it down a little bit, so hopefully that doesn't like cause her neck to split or anything, but she does have that glue on her arm. I'm not going to do it to this side because I don't want that on this side, to be honest. So yeah, but I think her lips turned out pretty good. This one, I think I'm just going to stop working on her for now. I think I might end up removing this area where that thick lashes, or covering it up or something, because that turned out really bad. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. I think I've worked on the dolls enough. I didn't get to cleaning anything too much, but yeah, there are other dolls that I want to work on, like this girl right here. She is a birthstone Barbie, I believe, with the Steffi mold. I love that. And I have the Caucasian one of her as well. I have another one, I forget who she was. But anyways, and I was going to clean up a boutique Barbie right here. She needs her hair done, and this is her original outfit, and her legs are super dirty, but I need to clean her up. But yeah, that's about it for this live stream. Thank you for everyone who joined. It was very fun to talk with everyone and stuff and show people what I'm doing. So I'm going to clean all this up, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.